Hello, everybody. This is Fundu Money, your 24 into 7 buddy for all your money matters. Welcome to Fundu Money's channel on YouTube. You're watching NRI Q&A, and we are doing the second part of a three-part series on buying commercial property for India for NRIs, that's non-resident Indians. In this particular video, we're going to talk about the various things that one needs to do, rather NRIs need to do while shortlisting commercial property in India. And we have with us an expert, that's Shammi Khanna, co-founder and COO of NR Westin. We'll be back very shortly to get his perspective and his advice on this matter. Don't go away. Welcome back. Welcome to Fundu Money, your 24 into 7 buddy for all your money matters. You're watching NRI Q&A, and we are covering commercial property in India. This particular video is going to discuss the various steps an NRI needs to take while shortlisting commercial property. We have got some great help. We've got an expert, that's Shammi Khanna, Chief Operating Officer and co-founder of NR Westin. NR Westin is a concierge services firm providing specialized services to NRIs. You can catch their links in the description section of this video. So let's get started with business and ask Shammi. Shammi, what are the various steps NRIs need to take while shortlisting commercial property in India?
Thank you, Udil. For NRIs, it is important that they do careful analysis and due diligence before deciding on which commercial property to buy. So some of the things that they should look at is, one is first check whether the building or the market or plot, as we described in the last video, whichever they are buying, they have the land use license for commercial purpose or not. Because in India, in many places, they don't have the license, and people do make shops in residential area, which can be tricky later on. Whether it has been registered with the local municipal authorities, whether the building or property has been built as per approved plans. So it is important that they check the entire building plan, what was approved, how much it is built, so there is no unauthorized construction. If the building is pre-leased, it is important to understand what kind of agreement and what are the safeguards for the owners in the agreement. What is the net inflow to the owner of the property after taking care of all mandatory and regulatory expenses? Because in our hurry, we may end up in paying more, and we will not be able to judge whether it is a good investment or not. Whether it is easy to find tenant or difficult to find a tenant in the location where the property is located. So it is important. You may have a tenant today, but tomorrow, if for whatever reason that tenant vacates, then is it easy to find a new tenant, or it takes months, or it will not be possible? Is the rent that they are getting, is it fair amount? Is it near or equal to the amount that is available in the nearby complex, or it is too high or too low? Then one has to take a call accordingly. One should get a basic idea on how long normally it takes to find tenant in this location. Other important thing is what kind of a tenant is there currently. So one has to look into it, whether it is a company, individual, multinational, local corporation, how big or small it is. Then what are the restrictions in terms of use of property, like a plot in industrial area can only be rented out to a manufacturing company. So then it reduces your prospective tenant, base. Then in the clause, it is important to understand then what are the terms under which the contract can be, the tenant can exit the agreement, or on what conditions the owner can exit. Because what happens if you are in a dispute with the tenant, whether it is too restrictive for you to even exit the tenant and you are stuck with a very bad deal. Then what is the chances that the existing tenant is likely to continue if you are going at all for a pre-lease property? The other aspect is there any maintenance or renovation which is pending, or it is likely to happen immediately? Then what would be the cost involved? Another question that one should ask is, why is the current owner selling it? Is it because he wants to exit, do a flip over of the property, or is short on liquidity, or is it because the location is going down, the rent is going down, and the likelihood of this place sustaining itself is low. So once you have done this due diligence, then one can, shortlist the property, and once the shortlisting is happened, you can go around taking care of various aspects before one takes a call whether one should buy this property or not. Again, I would recommend that do the complete due diligence and take an advice of an expert before you take a final.
Well, that's a lot of useful information, and that can only come from an expert like Shami. But having said that, even Shami will agree with me that you still need to go to an expert. We keep repeating this in every video of ours. We are giving you a wide range of information, but your specific requirements and your specific needs can only be understood by an expert. So when you're buying a commercial property or a residential property in India, it's not a bad idea at all to engage an expert. So we hope you found this second part of this video or series useful. Remember, this is a three-part video series on buying commercial property, which we are doing with NR Weston, and we are quite thrilled with the kind of response we're getting for the other videos. So please do tell us how you felt about this video. Give us your comments and suggestions. If there are other areas that you want us to sort of cover, we would love to hear from you. If you've come here for the first time, we would obviously want you to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to it, and of course follow us on other leading social media pages, be it Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, G+, Instagram, and so on. And of course, we will be waiting for you to have you on our site, www.fundomoney.com. Till the next NRI Q&A, which will come to you next Thursday, take very good care of yourself, and goodbye.